Chicago Bulls,
The
they
Chicago
are
Bulls.
about to retire Derrick Rose's jersey. They announced it on the weekend, I believe,
Something like
as
that. Yeah.
he was at a game or no, I think they did it before the game, but it was a Rose night or something. They have a special night for him already, which is crazy. Not crazy, but cool. Um, so they announced that they're gonna retire his jersey. Do you think it is deserved? Did he do enough in Chicago? Was he great enough? I mean, like we do think the talent was there, but did he do enough to retire his jersey? He bounced around on like three or four different teams. He had the T Wolves, um,
I can't. Memphis.
Cleveland, Memphis, right?
Yeah, he was on a few. He's on a few teams still. Um, but the jersey retirement has to do with only Chicago, right? Okay, you see, if Michael Jordan didn't play there, then maybe. But the standard in that arena is Michael Jordan. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Michael Jordan brought this Chicago team 6 NBA championships with 6 Finals
Mm,
MVPs. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think that's like what are you saying when Derrick Rose gets his jersey retired? What are we really saying? We're lowering the bar when it
yeah,
comes to jersey retirement. Jersey retirement should be slated for those crazy like Hall of Famer players. Derrick Rose could have been that, but injuries derailed his career, obviously. But where your career could have went is not a good measurement to determine if someone's jersey should be retired or not. You know what I'm trying to say?
okay.
So, like, I
It's a tough one, man. Go on,
like
go on.
dog, I like Derrick Rose, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me. You know, like I like Derrick Rose, but I just got to be fair, bro. The criteria, man, the criteria for a retired jersey, man. Like, come on, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like, but I don't know. I was on Chicago Reddit, Chicago Bulls Reddit, and these guys, bro, they think it should happen, bro. They're like,
yeah.
yes. So,
I have so
uh,
many questions. Like you bring up, based off what you just said, I have so many questions now that I never really
don't kill me.
considered. It's a real thought-provoking question because I understand what you're saying. He didn't do enough. Like there's no chips. There's not even enough like points realistically, right? Um, do you do you retire someone's jersey based off of what they did or how they made people feel? Because like Toronto, we did the same thing with our boy Vince. We didn't make it past the semis. Derrick Rose at least got to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? He won an MVP. Vince didn't. He did a lot for them. That's like obviously Chicago is gonna never say, "Oh, don't retire the man's jersey." Like you know what I mean? He
Right.
gave us their all, and just so is it based off the fact that how he made people feel and the energy that he was able to bring to that arena every night for X amount of years, whether if it was 1 year or 5 years. Like obviously, like, Junkyard Dog brought a lot of energy to Toronto for a year or two, but you're not gonna go retire his jersey. But like, do you give Derrick Rose a little bit more just because he was like the franchise player, the MVP of the league? He was very young. He brought an energy that they never felt since Michael Jordan to that arena. So is it based off like just the vibes, the culture, the feeling?
I mean, in this liberal world, sure. I guess now that's the criteria because, bro,
Yeah,
I'm just going back. I'm just going to history, bro. I like in order for us to try to compare eras, things need to stay the same. So now in history, Derrick Rose is gonna have a retired jersey. 100 years from now, they're gonna be like Derrick Rose's jersey's retired, which
yeah,
again I thought was slated for like the best of the best. You know what I'm trying to say? Derrick Rose had a very small prime with the Chicago Bulls. Again, due to injury, I understand that it's not because of his talent. It was due to injury. You know what I'm trying to say? So this sounds like this is like a make a wish type of award, bro. Like you should have got it, but you got hurt.
Oh
No, because
man.
no, sissy. But why? That sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh, but like I'm just saying, like, why does he deserve to get his jersey retired? You know what I'm trying to say? At least Vince Carter, bro. if people want to create the narrative, Vince Carter created hype. He was, he took Canada's first basketball team somewhere. He made Canadians this and that. Like Chicago already had Michael Jordan. Like,
But didn't DeMar do that? I mean, didn't Derrick Rose do that in a degree? Didn't he
but
bring it back?
Chicago had the one guy
Later?
that's Chicago had the one guy that influenced basketball for the last 30 years. They had Michael Jordan. They had Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's still
Fill.
more
Nobody's ever gonna fill those shoes. So
right, but what I'm saying is they had him though. They had him. He was their superstar. So
isn't Derrick Rose bringing that back, that feeling?
for 2 years?
Um,
Yo, pull up the stats. No,
was it
let's
2
pull up the
years?
stats. Let's pull
Oh
up the stats.
man.
Like realistically, like let's
Jeez.
pull up the stats. Was it 2 years, 3 years max where Derrick Rose
Yeah.
played at a high level? I want to say 2
Yeah.
years, but
Okay.
because I don't have the numbers in front of me, let's say 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't 4.
like it wasn't definitely wasn't 4. So I don't know. I don't think personally I don't think it deserves the thing, but hey, it is what it is.
That was part 1 to my question. Question 2. Is Derrick Rose a Hall of Famer?
Oh God.
This is where it gets tricky. And then the follow-up question after that, what do you put over what? Hall of Fame or retired jersey? I mean, I think that's a little bit more of an obvious question, but is Derrick Rose a Hall of Famer?
Derrick Rose a Hall of. He's definitely not first ballot, that's for sure. I mean, if his jersey's getting retired, they're probably gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. Because I think, in my opinion, I don't know about yours, but in my opinion, I think jersey retirement is a higher standard, if you want to say. I feel like more people get in the Basketball Hall of Fame because, like if you were good in college, if you were a good coach, if you were good, if you were a solid player.
Specifically for NBA, specifically NBA is what you're saying, right? Because
Yeah,
when you retire someone's jersey in an arena, it's because they played very well in the NBA.
Right. Like, for example, like people are saying Carmelo Anthony's going to be a Hall of Famer, not necessarily because of his NBA career, even though he had a great NBA career, but the Olympics, he's probably the best Olympic player ever. And Syracuse, when he played on Syracuse back in the college days, right? So people are saying like that combination of, like awards or whatever you want to call it, is contributing to Carmelo Anthony getting there. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm saying. It's like the NBA is more like, okay, what did you do in the NBA with NBA basketball? You know what I'm trying to say?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Because that's why I was in that ruffle with because Hall of Fame sounds like it should be higher prestigious, and some people probably do value it more. But I think the main difference is that retiring a jersey is based on your regular season and playoff season contributions, not what you do off the court. Maybe a little bit because obviously a team or a city could fall in love with a player. So it's a tricky one. Derrick Rose.
What do you say?
I think you said it right. He shouldn't be a first ballot. He'll probably get second because of what he's done for people globally and the fact that they are retiring his jersey. They're just going to give it to him.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But are you retiring his jersey though? Like, are you doing it? Like, are you you as a basketball fan? Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Say a word.
For what he did.
Why?
I know it was a very short time.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away from how high that feeling was. That's why. That's what it is for me. He resurged that city. They went vacant for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like the biggest highlight behind Derrick Rose were Kurt Heinrich and Luol Deng and those guys. So
let's rub those guys.
I gotta give it to him. As a an undersized point guard playing like that, take it, man. If you're giving it to Vince, give it to Derrick Rose.
This is super off topic. So does that mean Kawhi Leonard is a lock for the Raptors then, for jersey retirement? He brought us the championship, bro. Come on, man. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a year. It was a strong year. It was a good year. He showed up when it mattered. Derrick Rose made it as far as Eastern Conference. I
I
don't
would
know.
not be mad if they did it.